guys, what's up? John from Big Pants Underground. Welcome to my channel. I'm a little under the weather today, so this is going to be kind of a short video, but I just wanted to direct everyone's attention to this Variety article. How Hollywood is battling fans who are just out for blood from social media boot camps to superfan focus groups. I don't know what a social media boot camp is, but I'd like to at least see a video of one just to see what goes on there. Anyway, on August 28th, Amandla Stenberg, the lead of Star Wars series The Acolyte, posted an 8.5-minute video to her Instagram. Stories about Lucasfilm's abrupt decision not to pick up the show for a second season just a month after the season 1 finale streamed on Disney+. She said, "It's not a huge shock for me. Since the series was announced in 2020, we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudice, hatred, and hateful language towards us." Stenberg was unavailable to comment for this story. I wonder why she was unavailable. Probably because she made such a stupid ass of herself with that dumb discourse video that she made. And then everybody got on her about that Instagram post that she made. Look, lady, it had nothing to do with gay people or people of color in your movie or your show or whatever it was. It had to do with the fact that your show was terrible. It was terrible, and it ruined Star Wars for everybody. It is possible for you to ruin previous installments of something by a new installment of something. I cite, for example, Joker. I never saw the first Joker because I'm not a big Joaquin Phoenix fan, and I don't really care for a Joker origin story, but people that did say it said that it was just an incredible movie. However, now that people that have said that have seen the Joker 2, they have said that the Joker 2 goes back and completely retcons a bunch of stuff that happened in the first one and explains a bunch of stuff that didn't need explanations and pretty much ruined the first movie. So yes, it is possible to ruin an IP just by making a bad show. So it had nothing to do with toxic fandom. It had to do with the fact that you made a crappy show. I mean, look at Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine had a diverse cast. It had women, it had men, it had gay people, it had black people, it had Latino people, and it made over $1 billion because it was a good movie. Good movie. Just like Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 from Disney, the same people that made The Acolyte. It made over $1 billion. And why did it make over $1 billion? Because it left out all of the agenda crap, all of the ideology, all of the push this on people. They left all that out and just made a good movie. And it made over $1 billion. It had nothing to do with the fact that it wasn't bigotry. It wasn't vitriol. It wasn't prejudice. It was just the fact that you made a bad show. Okay? Just get over it. All right? They just can't seem to figure it out. Right here, the author even states, it comes with the territory, but it's gotten incredibly loud in the last couple of years. People are just out for blood regardless. They think the purity of the first version will never be replaced, or you've done something to upset the canon of a beloved franchise. Exactly. You figured it out, dude. You figured it out. You finally got it. You said it right there. That's exactly why we're pissed. Yes. We watched the first 3 Star Wars movies. You developed, and Star Trek too. Star Wars and Star Trek. I'll just go with those two. You established something that a canon that continued into the next movie or the next show, and everything was in line with that canon. Okay, and then you come along and you just do something completely outline of that canon, and it completely changes it now. Okay, they think that that is just, I don't know. They think that it's okay to just go in and change these shows. It just shows right here with this guy saying this. Okay, they're out for blood. They think that the purity of the first version will never be replaced, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Stop changing it to fit your narrative. Okay. That is why it had such a hard or such bad reviews, and so many people said such bad things about it because they didn't like it. That's it. That's it. Now we come down here and we say the vast majority of any fan, this will blow your mind. The vast majority of any fandom are casual fans, says John Van Citters, VP of Star Trek brand development. Star Trek brand development. There is no Star Trek. It's gone. You've killed it. It was so bad that now they have to sell Paramount Plus because they couldn't make any money. He's been with the storied franchise since the 1990s, so he should know what good Star Trek is. Okay, Star Trek The Next Generation, part of that was made in the 90s. Deep Space Nine was made in the 90s, and Voyager was made in the 90s. All of those were halfway decent Star Trek shows. Voyager maybe not as good as the other two, but it's stuck with canon. Okay. The number of people who live and die on these franchises are very, very few. Are you serious? The number of, let me say that again. The number of people who live and die on these franchises are very, very few. Now, this is the guy that is the VP of Star Trek brand development. Has he ever been to a Star Trek convention? Ever been to a Star Trek convention? Ever been to Comic-Con? Okay. The people that show up at Comic-Con, that dress up, the people that show up at Star Trek conventions and dress up are the people that you're saying are just casual fans. They are not casual fans, okay? When you get 100,000 people that show up at a freaking Star Trek, they don't do it now. They don't do it now because Star Trek is dead. They've had to cancel Star Trek conventions. But at one point, there was a Star Trek convention happening somewhere in the world every single week. And you're telling me that there are very, very few passionate fans? You need to be fired, dude. You have no business near Star Trek. You have no business. And that was just that one part of the article was the reason that I had to read this article to you. Because they just don't get it. They just don't get it. It's amazing to see this. It's amazing to realize how clueless they are. And I really don't think that they'll ever figure this out unless things change at the top. You got to get rid of these people. By the way, I just wanted to point out that Mark Malkin contributed to this story. Mark Malkin is the interviewer that seems to be the only question that he likes to ask is whether or not this is the gayest thing that's ever been made. You guys know what I'm talking about. He interviewed Aubrey Plaza. He interviewed Amanda Stenberg. He interviewed Leslie Headland, and he asked all of them. And he interviewed somebody else from well, what is it now? The Catherine Hahn show, the Agatha All Along. Interviewed somebody from Agatha All Along and interviewed all these people. And the one question that he seems to ask is whether or not this is the gayest thing ever produced. So yes, he contributed to this story. I would say that he probably wrote most of it because he thinks people are toxic because they don't like the fact that there's gay shit in these movies. No. The fans are toxic because they don't like these shows. These shows are terrible. They ruin the franchises that they belong to. Doctor Who is another example, a perfect example. They've ruined it. I wanted to go back. I've never seen the new Doctor Who's, but I really wanted to go back and watch them. And now I'm not going to because I don't want to start watching something that's just going to fall apart in the end. So I'll just stick to the classic Doctor Who. I'll go and watch some Tom Baker and be perfectly happy. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for clicking on my channel, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And bye for now.